Live? Yeah. Just giving you guys a quick reminder that we will be going live today at 4 p.m. You heard? The verdict, facts over beliefs. It's no longer simple conversation. No longer simple conversation. Now we over here, we talking, we want the facts. No more beliefs. We're not living our lives off beliefs no more. We're not living our lives of hope. We want the facts. The fact of the matter is, the religion has the damage to our people. This is facts. This is not a belief. Someone that believes the opposite is somebody that says that Jesus is coming, or you know that the creators, or should I say, according to them, the Father is going to wreak havoc, and all of this nonsense that these people are telling you. The Father's not going to wreak havoc for a bunch of lowlives who stands on absolutely nothing. Also going to have a phenomenal podcast for this week for you guys. It's going to be very controversial. People's going to be very emotional behind it, but hey, man, we got to talk this talk, man. It needs to be spoken. Things need to be addressed. Corrections need to happen immediately. Corrections need to happen immediately. So we're going to definitely talk about that on the weekly podcast. But today, 4 p.m., the creation of Christ, man. Oh, yeah. I got to play that for you guys. I got to tune that in for you guys. The creation of Christ. We're going to put an end to all this foolish nonsense, this heterodoxy, this false doctrine that these people are really trying to force down our throats. These theologian teachers, man. These people are theologian teachers / agents, man, who's really out here doing the works of the adversary, man. You know what I'm saying? The real people, the real people will never be televised. I tell you guys this all the time. The just won't be televised, man. The righteous ones won't be televised. The rise won't be televised. We're gonna put an end to all this ideology, man. That's the whole purpose of this verdict. That's what we trying to do. We're not trying to uphold people's beliefs. And if people's beliefs get hurt in the process, so be it. That's not my concern. My concern is really opening the eyes and the minds of our people so we can learn from our mistakes, so we can learn from the mistakes of our ancestors, because our ancestors did a lot of foolishness, man. You understand? A lot of foolishness. A lot of lies has been told to justify the atrocities that happened to a bunch of people. And they use religion and they use the Bible as a tool to justify us being enslaved, to justify us being in prison, to justify us just being violated as human beings. This is facts, people. You understand? So yeah, 4 p.m. I'm just stopping by to go pick up some pancakes from my mom's. She makes some good pancakes. I gotta come pick that up and get something to eat before I come live with you guys. You know what I'm saying? But 4 p.m. we gonna definitely talk about it. And a lot of you guys, like I said, a lot of you guys' feelings will be hurt. But feelings always has to be hurt. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, good man.
Ma, have TT bring the food for me. I'm outside.
If you have the first on, I have to bring it. I got 2 people.
All right. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. So feelings is gonna get hurt. It's gonna hurt like the first time you found out that Santa Claus wasn't real. It's gonna hurt like that because a lot of you guys is still on the nipple. A lot of you guys is not trying to evolve and elevate when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to finding yourself, finding your ancestral lineage. You guys are not doing that. You guys are literally basing your ideologies off a story that was handed to you. I never understand how can black people believe that the truth can be told by information given unto you by the enemy. Like, you have to make that make sense. That's completely Ashkenaz. That's like Hitler giving $1 million to every single Jew for what he's done. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. These things are not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And we have to come to that realization and understanding. And we have to know what's going on. We have to know that our minds is the way that it is by individuals who taught us. You was taught to think like this. You was taught to believe certain things. You was taught these things. You don't have no connection to any root of you. Your roots is under the guidelines and the surveillance of the oppressor. This is facts. You can say whatever you want. And then because technology and information is being spread across the world, they literally got individuals put in place to literally create things and like rebuttals to go against your awakening, go against the things that you're trying to do to find yourself. See, brothers and sisters is trying to find themselves. We are literally trying to find ourselves. So you're gonna find those that's tapping in and connecting in depth African culture, in depth African studies, in depth all of these things. But yet people is being held back because they got religious teachers and religious rebuttals that makes you question what you're doing. It's intentional. But we're putting an end to that. So 4 p.m., the creation of Christ, you're going to see. You're going to be highly
I
upset.
wanted to see you. You have money all over. Listen, you got to give me.
I'm on the phone.
Oh. Or talk to me because your daughter needs to go. Some things to go to the funeral.
I know.
You got to give me some money.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. You understand? My grandmother died on my mom's side. My stepmother. Mom's passed away, and so I gotta go buy another outfit. I gotta buy a dress for my daughter to go to this funeral. But yeah, 4 p.m. We're gonna talk about that, the creation of Christ. I'm heading home right now. I'm heading to the house right now. I'm gonna set it up, and we're gonna rock out. It's a long one. It's like an hour. It's like an hour and 40 minutes. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, close to 2 hours. So I'm gonna do less popping up. Understand that the reason why I gotta do the pop-ups and show my face because I have to present it to you guys as educational purposes, right? Because you don't want to get hit with a copyright and all the nonsense. So I have to give it to you in an educational standpoint. So my pop-ups will be happening, and when I pop up, just know that hey man, you guys are gonna be upset, man. Some of you guys is gonna already know, but some of you guys is gonna be upset because you're gonna realize that a lot of this ideologies is literally a copy and paste. One of the main things that made me wake up was when I read the Book of the Dead. And I remember being a part of these organizations, and the organization was so adamant on you can't read the Book of the Dead. Don't read the Book of the Dead. Don't read. And and at that time I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? As a rider, you know what I'm saying? A person for the cause, you know what I'm saying? Just being obedient, following street rules and regulations, right? The chain of command when the head says, yo, don't do this, I'm like, all right, cool, don't do that. But when I became my own military force, I said, hold on, wait a minute. I can't just conclude myself to you know what I'm saying, keep myself at a cap when it comes to seeking knowledge and wisdom. You understand? And I remember speaking to somebody, and the person was like, and the person said to me, he says, in order to understand the universe and understand the world, you must read everything. Somebody that seeks wisdom never decides or decides what he or she wants. You have to take everything and you gotta put it together, because this whole world is a stage. It's a puzzle. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything is a lie. It's not based on facts. So when society is not based on facts, when things are not based on facts, and everything's based on lies, that means the world has absolutely no truth. There's no truth. Somebody with the highest doctrine degree can literally be sitting in that seat based on the lies that he believed. None of these things is true. None of these things is true, especially when it comes into our understanding of who we are and how we connected. A lot of these things is lies. We're gonna bring that forth, man. I just felt compelled to come on quick, fast, and just tell you guys, stay tuned, man. We about to come outside with it. You know what I'm saying? We about to drop the bomb, drop the load, and we're just gonna keep dropping. We're just gonna keep exposing. We're gonna keep holding all this ideology. We put all these things on trial. All these people is on trial. Allah's gonna be on trial. Jesus is gonna be on trial. Yahweh is gonna be on trial. Any name that was given unto us outside of African names, we're putting on trial. Any ideology that goes against our spirituality, our African roots, is gonna be on trial. Doesn't matter who it is, and we don't care how people feel. I'll tell you this before. I don't care how people feel. If you know me personally, you know I'm the man that really don't be caring how people feel. Never care. When I stand on something, I stand on it. You understand? When I'm right, I'm right. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But there's a very short time, there's a very short window when I'm wrong. Very. Because I spent my entire life seeking these facts. I thought it was truth, but I realized these things was lies. So you gotta evolve your ideology, or excuse me, your understanding and your perception on life only solely by the facts. Facts over feelings. You gotta analyze the world by the facts. If you keep putting things in a state of belief, you're gonna believe that you can fly and you're gonna end up in jail. Okay? You can't live your life off beliefs no more. I mean, for real, you can't. You have to let that go. You have to let go of beliefs. You can't tell me that the Biblos is a story about us and there's no facts to justify it. And then you try to give us insertions and assumptions. I need facts to justify what you're telling me, because this is an ideology or a understanding that I have to pass on to my generation. And if it's not on facts, then what am I telling my children? Am I telling my children to continue believing they can fly so they can end up in jail? Continue believing that somebody's gonna come and redeem us, when you can see through history absolutely no redemption has happened? From the minute of Christ's death from now is beyond 2,000 years. It's beyond 2,000 years. And then you're going to hear the rebuttals. You're going to hear, well, even though it's 2,000 years, but it said we will be in servitude for 400 years. So when did the servitude takes place? When we got put on ships? That's incorrect, because the servitude took place the minute we was in the land. When these people had us imprisonment, and we was imprisoned in the land itself. So that alone does not make sense. If you're telling me 400 years is gonna bring closure to what we're going through, and it's beyond 400 years, then something is not adding up. Then that falls in the guidelines of what? Belief. That falls in the guidelines of belief, assertions, and assumptions. Now, I just ask black people to tell me what has those three things done for us overall. You will see that it done absolutely nothing for us overall. So if it done nothing for me overall, then I can't base my studies off assumptions. I just can't. So I'm getting ready to go set up. I made it home. I'm gonna go set up. I'll be there shortly, 4 p.m. I'm gonna try to be there on the dot. You heard? So support it. Stay tuned. I'ma holla. One.